Well, despite Musk pouring money into the GOP-backed candidate, Brad Schimel, the Democratic candidate's campaign says she raised more than $17 million in the month before the election. Crawford's campaign saying the cash is a record for a Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Here's opponent Brad Schimel on Fox News this morning discussing the judicial system.
Certainly, we have judges becoming more and more bold, getting into politics. The judicial branch is supposed to be the quiet branch, not engaging in politics. They shouldn't be drawing headlines.
Well, I want to welcome to the program the chair of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, Ben Wikler. Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Quickly, your reaction to Schimel's statement on Fox News about the judiciary being independent.
Brad Schimel is campaigning in front of 20-foot-tall inflatable statues of Donald Trump. He's saying on the campaign trail that Trump keeps losing in court and he needs a support network. That's what he would be. He's running as a MAGA partisan hack rather than as an independent judge. And that is so outside the bounds of what judges should do. But it explains why Elon Musk has now poured in, by the latest tally, more than $18 million to try to buy this seat for Brad Schimel on the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. And voters who don't like what Trump and Musk are doing, attacking Social Security, who don't like the idea of Musk making money as he has his own lawsuit about Tesla dealerships in Wisconsin by buying the Supreme Court, they're saying no to all this. And they're supporting Susan Crawford in this race. We have about 8 days left to determine whether people power can defeat the richest person in the world as he tries to buy off the last part of our federal government and our state government that's independent of his power.
Look, and Ben, you know, one of the reasons that people watch NewsNation is we don't push talking points from one side or the other, and we try to make sure we share from both sides of the aisle. So it seems like both sides are doing this. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel in January, liberal megadonor George Soros and then Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker funneled a combined $1.5 million to the state Democratic Party to back Crawford. So does this just need to end on both sides? How can we keep the judiciary apolitical?
I'd be delighted by campaign finance reform. And I think campaign finance reform that applies specifically to judicial candidates would be great. Now, Elon Musk has obviously poured more than 10 times as much as either of those donors into this race, more than any donor has ever funneled into any judicial election in American history. But I completely agree with you. And I think most voters would agree that we should end Citizens United and we should try to get big money out of politics, especially when it comes to the judiciary, which is supposed to be independent. What doesn't work is for voters just to roll over, for Democrats to roll over and allow Republicans and allow Elon Musk specifically to buy the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. Brad Schimel has a recording where he said that he had to buy knee pads so he could crawl around on his knees and beg, please, 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 to big donors to support his race. I think that is not what any judicial candidate should do, and our system needs to change. Brad Schimel clearly is invested in not changing it.
And since we have a national audience, tell us why we should all be paying attention to what's happening in Wisconsin right now.
What Elon Musk has said in his live stream with Brad Schimel on Saturday is that he got interested in this race because it could affect Congress, the House majority. And what he wants is to freeze in place Wisconsin's gerrymandered House maps that allow Republicans to have 6 out of the 8 congressional districts in Wisconsin. Now, there is no case about gerrymandering in the House in Wisconsin, but it's pretty clear that Musk believes that he has a guaranteed vote to keep gerrymandering in place if Brad Schimel wins this Supreme Court race. So the House majority, I mean, frankly, Brad Schimel has said that the Supreme Court in Wisconsin screwed over Donald Trump in 2020. Wisconsin Supreme Court came within 1 vote of overturning the election results in 2020. The attempt by the right to sabotage election results could also be at stake here. What we need is a Supreme Court that believes that the people decide who wins elections by casting ballots, not judges overturning the results that voters choose.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.